the 18th of June 2026, Jupiter, Thursday morning. A brief reading from Guidance and Insight from the Buddha. Chief editor of this compilation is Dr. Mahadhamma Kosachan. We are currently in chapter 9 on wisdom. We previously covered the perspective from the Theravada tradition. As we move forward, we're in the Mahayana tradition, the nature of wisdom. The true nature of wisdom, true wisdom sees the wonderful qualities of the Buddha's Dharma body. Even with all their purified understandings, Arihats and solitary Buddhas do not apprehend the Dharma body of the Tathagata, nor the extent of his omniscience. Any living beings who have faith in the words of the Buddha should believe in permanence, in pleasure, in the essential self, and in purity. These are not distorted views. These are, in fact, samatiti, right views. Why is this? It is because the Dharma body of the Tathagata is the perfection of permanence, the perfection of pleasure, the perfection of essential selfhood, and the perfection of purity. Someone who views the Dharma body of the Buddha in this way possesses samatiti, right view. Someone who possesses right view is a true child of the Buddha. He is born from the Buddha's mouth, from the true Dharma. He is created by the true Dharma. He is the heir to the Dhamma. This is cited in the Srimala Devi Simha Nanda Sutra Daso, Volume 12, Text 353, Chapter 12, page 220. Dependent arising. Dependent arising and rebirth without an essential self. This passage sees the 12 factors of dependent arising as a constant flux of impersonal processes that flows on within this life and from the life to life. This 12-fold dependent arising, with its range of different causes and conditions or effects, it's neither permanent nor impermanent. It is neither conditioned nor unconditioned. It lacks neither causes or conditions, effects. It has no sensation. It does not cause anything to be known. It is not something which can be exhausted. It is not something which can be destroyed. It is not something which can see. It has existed since the beginningless time. It is not separate. It flows along like the stream of the river. 4 aspects of this 12-fold dependent arising arises as the process of causality, and they lead to the kind of action that brings them together. What are these 4 aspects of dependent arising? They are ignorance, craving, action, and consciousness. Consciousness functions as the cause because its inherent nature is that of a seed. Action functions as a cause because its inherent nature is that of a field. Ignorance and craving functions as causes because their inherent nature is that they are of the defilements. Actions and the defilements bring about the seed of consciousness. Action functions as the field for the seed of consciousness. Craving waters the seed of consciousness. Ignorance scatters the seed of consciousness. If these conditions are not present, the seed does not develop. Action does not think, I function as the fuel for the seed of consciousness. Craving does not think, I water the seed of consciousness. Ignorance does not think, I scatter the seed of consciousness. The seed of consciousness does not think, I come into being because of these conditions. The seed of consciousness, which has been scattered by ignorance, grows in the field of action, sprouting because of the moisture of craving here and there. In the place of arising is another mother's womb. It causes the sprout of mind and body to germinate. This spout of mind and body does not create itself. It is not created by another. It is not created by both. It is not created by a God. It does not develop over time. It does not arise from essential nature. It is not dependent on any single factor, and yet does not arise without any cause, from coming together of the mother and the father in sexual union, filled with pleasure, and from the coming together of other conditions, here and there, in the place of the arising in the mother's womb. When the causes and conditions are sufficient, it causes the sprout of mind and body to germinate amongst phenomenon which has no master, no idea of possession, no property, which are like akasha, space, which are characterized by illusionariness in their inherent nature. In the same way, there are 5 factors which brings about arising of I consciousness awareness. What are these 5 factors? I consciousness awareness arises conditioned by the I, by visual form, by light, by space, and by the focusing of attention. The I functions as the basis of I consciousness awareness. Form functions as the object of the I consciousness awareness. Light functions as illumination. Space functions to reveal. The focusing of attention functions as concentration. In these conditions are not present, or if these conditions are not present, I consciousness awareness does not arise. If the internal sense base of the I is not impaired, and form, light, space, and the focusing of attention are not impaired, then when they all come together, I consciousness awareness will arise. The I does not think, I function as the basis of I consciousness awareness. Form does not think, I function as the object of I conscious awareness. Light does not think, I function as illumination for I consciousness awareness. Space does not think, I functions to revere the I consciousness awareness. The focusing of attention does not think, I function as concentration for I consciousness awareness. I consciousness awareness does not think, I come into being because of these conditions. Still, when these conditions are present, I consciousness awareness arises. The remaining faculties should be analyzed in the same way. There is no phenomenon which passes from the world to another world. But when the causes and conditions are sufficient, action and the fruit of action can be recognized. It is like the reflection of a face seen in the mirror, which is completely clean. There is no face which has passed into the mirror, but when the causes and conditions are sufficient, the face can be recognized. In the same way, nothing departs from this world, nothing reaches another, but when the causes and conditions are sufficient, action and the fruit of action can be recognized. It's like a disk of the moon which follows its course 4,000 leagues above us. Its reflection can be seen in a small pool of water. The disk of the moon does not depart from its place in the sky and pass into the small pool of water. But when the causes and conditions are sufficient, The disk of the moon can be recognized. In the same way, nothing departs from this world, nothing reaches another. But when the causes and conditions are sufficient, action and the fruit of action can be recognized. It is like when fire burns with fuel is present as a condition. If there is insufficient fuel, the fire does not burn. In the same way, the seed of consciousness which arises from action and the defilements here and there, in the place of arising is in the mother's womb. When the causes and conditions are sufficient, it causes the sprout of mind and body to germinate amongst phenomenon which has no master, no idea of possession, no property, which are like space, which are characterized by illusionariness in their inherent nature. This is how the causal dependence of internal dependent arising is to be viewed. This is cited from the Salistamba Sutra, translated from Sanskrit. One who sees dependent arising sees the Dharma and hence the Buddha. This passage starts off by linking two statements found in the Theravada tradition on seeing dependent arising, the Dharma and the Buddha. But in describing dependent arising as unborn, it applies a description applied only to Nipita in Theravada Buddhism. The person on the path to perfection of their pada means, the great being, the Maitreya, the Buddha that's about to come again, said to the Venerable Sariputra, the Blessed One, the Master of the Dharma, the Omniscient One, has said, a monk who sees dependent origination sees the Dharma. One who sees the Dharma sees the Buddha. What is meant by dependent arising? Here, by dependent arising, the following is meant. This being that becomes. From the arising of this, that arises. The 12 conditioned links are then listed. Each link is described as being the condition for the following one, and the cessation of each link is described as leading to the cessation of the following one. This is what the Blessed One has described as dependent arising. Basically, if this condition is here, the results will happen. This will happen. If there's no result of this, there would be no condition of this going either way, forward and backwards. 12 link causal relationships. What is the Dhamma? It is the Noble Eightfold Path: right view, right resolve, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. This is what the Blessed One has described as the Dharma, the middle way. The Noble Eightfold Path and attainment to Nipita, which is the fruit, Bala. The fruit is what to be attained, the goal fitness, the end goal. What is the Buddha? The Blessed One here, one who has woken up to all phenomenon, is called a Buddha. One with the eye of the noble wisdom, one who possesses the Dharma body, who sees all the qualities, those who are training and those who have completed the training. How does he see the dependent arising? Here the Blessed One said, one who sees dependent arising as being constant, as having no life force, as being without any life force, who sees it properly as not being false, as unborn, unarisen, not created, unconditioned, unstrained, not based on anything beneficial, secure, indestructible, undecaying, unceasing, with no inherent nature, sees the Dharma. One who sees the Dharma in this way as being consistent, as having no life force, with no inherent nature, sees the Buddha, who has the body of the unsurpassed Dharma. Because of this perfect knowledge, he attains a clear comprehension, understanding of the Dharma of the Noble Ones. This is cited from the Salistamba Sutra, translated from Sanskrit. I'm going to leave off there today on chapter 9 from the perspective of Mahayana tradition on wisdom. We will pick up on critical reflection on the idea of a created God on the next one. But briefly, basically, what was just described there, what would be a Buddha, a person who is enlightened, and what is the Dharma? The Dharma is the law of nature that we know for a fact. That's Dharma is everything, the law of existence, and the relationship with it. Anyway, so this is a common Buddhist text, a reading from the Common Buddhist Text Guidance and Insight from the Buddha. Chief editor of this compilation is Dr. Mahadhamma Kosajan.